Hello everyone, it's Miss Sans here. Welcome to another writing lesson. The aim of today's lesson is I can predict the events and outcomes in a story. By the end of the lesson, you will use and to join sentences. You will imagine what might happen in a story, and you will write an alternate ending for a story. Here is a stick. It's not just any stick, it's magic. It can be anything I want it to be. I'm going to turn it into a pencil so that when I write stories, they become real. If you had a magic stick, what would it become? Pause the video whilst you talk to your partner and share your ideas. What will it become? Why do you want it to become that thing? How will you use it? Now you have had a chance to discuss your ideas with a partner. You're going to write about your magic stick. Remember, you need to use finger spaces, capital letters and full stops. Don't forget to use and in your sentences. And is used to join words and sentences. Here's a sentence scaffold to help you. My stick is a... and I will use it to... I'm going to read part of our story, Stanley's Stick by John Hedgley. Stanley stands on Stockport station with his stick. Stanley always carries his stick with him. Stanley's stick was once part of something tall and grand, and it will never return. But it can still be a stick as best it can. Stanley has a lot of stick activity, like pretending the stick is a whistle, or a banana that is quite straight. You don't have to be great to be great. Like pretending the stick is a match to catch the world aflame. There is game after sticky game. Look, it's a dinosaur that isn't extinct. It's a Stickosaurus. Grr. Stanley has tried out some names for his stick, like Starry and Moon, but these names are all the wrong shape. For a while he liked Stirry, but that is better for a spoon. Stanley's stick is good for writing in the sand in languages only Stanley can understand. And 4 times now he has used his stick to pick up slugs from pathway, platform and pavement, thus saving them from a fate worse than feet. Stanley's friend Bertie has some string, and sometimes they tie the strings to the stick's end and go pretend fishing. Because the fish are pretend, no fish get hurt, says Bertie. So here is Stanley, standing on the station, taking his stick for a short stay at the side of the sea with his mum and dad. The train pulls in. Down at the sea, Stanley goes down to the side of the tide. His folks take stock of Stanley, standing in the sand, stick in hand. What is he doing? I want you to write an ending for the story. Why not draw a picture and then write what you think will happen next? Are you ready for the last part of our story? Maybe the boy thinks it's time for the stick to be taken for someone else to enjoy. Stanley hurls his stick into the wide tide. Gosh, what a tiny splosh for something that has been so big in Stanley's days. The sea picks up the stick and tucks it into itself. Stanley is stickless. The next morning, back at their spot on the beach, the tide is out. Stanley treads towards the spreading sea. Boats ride sea back out on the distance. Stanley decides to look for interesting sticks, for other sticks which have been carried twiggy back upon the turning tide. Soon he stumbles upon a stick, alone, upon the shore. It's quite different from the stick he had before. It is wonky. The stick is an unusual saxophone. Stanley thinks of home and begins to blurt a tune for Bertie. Now Stanley stares at the sea through his stick telescope. It is wonky. And this stick Stanley knows the name of. It is called Fantastic! Stanley's fantastic. That's the end of our lesson. You have met today's success criteria. I can predict the events and outcomes in a story. You can use and to join your sentences. You can imagine what might happen in a story. And you can write an alternate ending for a story. Well done, everyone. How do you feel about today's lesson? Did you meet the criteria? Don't forget to share your work with us in school. You can send WhatsApps to school, you can write me an email, or you could bring your work to school and put it in the new school postbox. I can't wait to see your wonderful writing.